Hi folks, bit of a catch up for those who've been following the Orion build. As you can see, I had an accident in work and resulting in a fractured bone in my wrist and ligament damage to my thumb. So I've been out of action modelling wise for the last what is it now, about three to 4 weeks. And at the moment, there's no sign of me getting back onto it anytime soon. I've still got a little bit of limited movement in my hand. I'm doing physio for that to try and resolve that. So hopefully it won't be too long before I get back to being able to manage building. The thing I'm struggling with at the moment is just handling some of the parts and being able to do things like sanding and things like that. I just haven't got the strength really in my thumb to be able to grip things properly. So fingers crossed, I'll be back onto it at some point. So I just thought I'd do this quick video because I've had this through the post today, and it's a set of decals from HDA Modelworx in the States, and in fact there they are. I'll take them out of the packet if I can, so we don't have the glare on the pack. Now the interesting thing about these is I was tracking the delivery, and it took about 3 days to get from Texas, where they were made, to Chicago, and then it's taken best part of 6 weeks, maybe longer, to get from London to my house near Liverpool. So go figure. I know our postmen have been on strike on and off over the past few weeks, but obviously with the Christmas mail and everything else, everything's been held up, and I was beginning to think I was never going to see them, but they arrived this morning. So basically, just a quick look at the instructions first, because I've not used this brand before. I've highlighted some bits on this just so it's sort of so I could read them out. So they give you some instructions as to how to apply them. One interesting thing is the laser printed. It says they do not require sealing. You can just stick them straight on without sealing them, unlike the inkjet ones, which tend to float off in the water if they're not sealed. But they do recommend, if you want to seal them, a Tester's decal bonder spray. Never seen it. As far as I know, it's not, well, Tester's products aren't really available in the UK. You can probably buy them anywhere in the States, but certainly in the UK, very difficult to find. So I don't know what the equivalent is from a European perspective. It says on here, Tester's decal bonder is lacquer based, and using any enamel, clear gloss or dual coat products over these decals may result in damage. But then it recommends that you can also use an acrylic coat such as Pledge Future Floor Shine. Now I'm still using the old style Future from when it used to come in the clear bottles. I know the new stuff is that kind of milky white colour, but it's the same stuff. I think it just dries clear. So you could use that. I'm assuming any acrylic such as Tamiya would do. I've got some aerosol acrylic automotive lacquer which might do. So I'll try it out on a couple of spare pieces of decal to make sure it doesn't affect it. The other interesting thing here is that it mentions that you can use microset setting solution and presumably microsol maybe. I don't think there's that much on here that needs to shrink them down onto anything too complex apart from the panel lines. So but that's good that you can actually use the microset, because I've got some here in front of me. Actually, I use it all the time, and the microsol as well. Just a point to show you, actually, since we're talking about that. I bought that little stand off, I think I got it off eBay. I can't remember where I got it from now. Little printed stand. But the amount of these bottles I've knocked over the years, I've probably used the equivalent of about 30 bottles of this, and the actual stuff I've used has probably been equivalent to about 2 bottles worth, and the rest of it's gone over. So it's well worth getting something like this to stand them in. Looking at these markings, as it says, they are laser printed. There's a slight sheen to them, as you can probably see the light bouncing off them there, but the registration and the quality of the printing is very, very good. I'm assuming, I've not tried them against the actual kit parts yet, but I'm assuming the scale of them is spot on. It's quite an interesting sheet in that obviously you get the main Pan Am logos and the typeface, but you get lots of other pieces, some of which you do the Moebius kit, like these vent pieces to go on that sort of center section. But you also get all these little tiny monitor screens, greyed out monitor screens to go on the backs of the seats, and then you get 3 showing the movie that Floyd's watching as he's not watching it because he's asleep in his seat, but the movie that's playing on the back of the seat. So that's there. I suppose potentially if you were particularly that way inclined, and occasionally I am, you could try lighting one of these screens so the monitor's actually lit sort of within the seat. I might have a look at that and see if there's a way of, because that'd draw your eye to it at least. I don't know how much you're going to see of this through the windows, but at least you'll be able to see that lit up in the back of the seat. There's also 4 decals here for the cabin monitors. Well, I can get any better than that. There you go. And also something that's not included in the kit is some cockpit decals, and given that you get 2, I'm assuming that quite a lot of these you get spares, which is always a good thing on a decal sheet, especially sort of aftermarket type that occasionally can be very thin and occasionally you'll just mess one up. So it is good that you get some spare ones. It says on the sheet here that it does say extra decals provided actually, so that proves that. But it says decals with number match kit decals. So there are some with numbers on which match the instructions, and then obviously the rest of them are the ones that don't come with the kit, mainly the Pan Am ones. So I'm assuming they look to be very good quality. Hopefully they're going to go on quite well. I mean, as I say, until I get this thumb sorted out, I can't see me making much progress on this thing at all, which is a bit frustrating because, I'm not at work because of my thumb, but equally I can't do what I normally do when I'm not at work, which is this, because of my thumb. So hopefully I'll be back making models sooner rather than later. In the meantime, I'll just have to kind of do a bit of reading up and see how I get on in terms of the exercises to get the full use of my thumb back. So I definitely recommend these. I think there are others out there. I know Lou Dalmazo's done some masks to be able to paint these with, which looks very good. I've seen at least 2 other manufacturers making these, so definitely well worth it. And I know people have been moaning about, why didn't they put them in the kit and everything? Well, we know why, because of the licensing, and the fact that these are available. It basically, it's not that much of an extra cost to add to the kit if you want to make a good job of it. So as we go on, if I do make any progress, then I'll obviously post another video. But as ever, thanks for watching.